up, y'all? It's your girl, Diana Garcia, and we are back on Shaking the Culture. Yes, we've interviewed a bunch of artists and entrepreneurs, and I just have one more entrepreneur before the year ends, and I feel like it's only right to end this year like this. We have no other than K Rock. How are you? See, this is the part where I'm like, it's kind of hard because I feel like you're creative in
Yeah.
all aspects of creative directing. You do photography, or am I mistaken?
So I don't do it personally, but I got a group and we kind of go everything visually, and then
Yeah.
they just go crazy with the project.
See
Yeah.
that part, and then I feel like you're pretty good with marketing. Yeah, see, that's why I'm
Yeah.
like marketing,
Yeah.
you guru. And then you have a clothing brand,
Right.
and I feel like you're very stylish. So I would consider you, I'm like, all right, a fashionista type of person too.
I appreciate it. I wouldn't say fashionista,
You
but
wouldn't?
I just feel like it's chill and like you just kind of do whatever you want to do, but like keep it clean as possible though. You know what I'm saying?
So who is K Rock?
I guess the first thing I usually say, depending on who asking,
Okay.
because we have those jack of trades conversations, but more so I'm still growing to find that out and figure that out. But I know where I'm from. I'm from the country. I hold that with everything I do because we didn't have a lot. So every opportunity that I get, I try to maximize that. I try to listen to people. That's my biggest thing right now, is listening and learning to people and seeing how we can mesh, or even if I'm not a part of it, how close can I help this person reach whatever goal they may have or want to accomplish or need to accomplish.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm at right now. I think I'm a person that's trying to grow with others and not worry about myself, but more help than myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what made you get to that point, I guess? Because, I feel like nowadays everybody is, instead of like, yeah, we could say, yeah, I want to help you grow and build your brand, but in reality, no, I'm just trying to get on top of you, or I'm trying to use your connects. You know what I mean? So what made you start thinking like that? I'm like, you know what? I want to move like this.
That's a crazy story too, because I ain't never tell nobody that one. But when I was in college, so I actually played football at Georgia Southern.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to be an athlete, and I just needed myself to like keep using my mind. So when I played sports, I was super just creative with everything. And then I always, I didn't want to take sports to the next level. I kind of want to do what I'm doing now. And over time, I always was trying to figure that out. That's the hardest thing, is like figuring out what you're supposed to do or who you need to be
Yeah.
in the world. And then when I got to Kennesaw, everything clicked. I was already locked in with art since like middle school, kind of fashion, grew up in that and like the family and stuff. And I was like, okay, let me just start putting some stuff together. Like, how can I dress it up nicely, but also get peers involved that I may not know, but I see what they're doing. But like maybe I can help them out in a different way that they used to. And then I got caught up in that though, overdrive. So my junior year of college, I had a panic attack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I never have those type of stuff, like
Yeah.
ever. And then my mom, she had already knew what was going on, and she was like, you just stressed out about the wrong things. And she sent me a text that said, focus more on your work and then the money will come. So once I was like, money come and go, that's when I kind of was like, I don't really care about that. If I can't have a genuine connection with somebody and they're pure at what they want to do and it's not faking, then I'm with it full speed.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I've always said the same thing, where it's like, I don't, like, yes, I get people reaching out to me like, hey, I want to be on your platform, this, that, and third. And I, to be honest, at one point, I feel like I did get lost in that, where it's like, oh my God, all these people want to be on the platform. But then, like you said, I need to go back and rethink. I'm like, wait, why did I create this platform? What does it mean to shake the culture? I'm like, I don't want just anybody on here. I
Right.
want the connection and the relationship to be real and genuine, so we can have real, raw conversations.
Exactly.
So I definitely feel you on that, where it's like, it's cool, you can pay me however you want, but I'm not gonna fake book
Right.
to get to the next level.
Right.
Stuff like that. So you mentioned college. What did you go to school for?
So I went to school for exercise science, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
A whole switch.
Yeah.
from what people think that I went to school for. So I'm actually in my master's program right now for prosthetics too. So
Oh wow.
yeah,
So where were you when you were younger? What was your, I guess, your dream job or your career to be?
like as a kid,
Yeah, as a kid.
uh, I thought I was going to the league.
Oh
Like that.
really? That's the
Yeah,
first.
where I'm from is honestly you either going to the league or the rest of the homies they probably gonna join the military, or some people might not make the best choices in life
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of just go with what they think works right there. So it really is only three options.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I knew back then, like obviously I'm older and it's like, okay, you could have went to school for psychology and became a therapist or something crazy,
Yeah.
but you're not really hearing about too many people where we're from going to school for like something crazy. It's like a neurosurgeon or
Yeah.
creative scientist or a lab, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like all that type of stuff. So I definitely thought I was, if you asked me or any of the homies back then and now, I'd be like, we thought we was going to the league for sure.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Did you have like a favorite team back then?
Oh yeah, it's the same team. I'm a Dodgers fan, Lakers fan, and a Bills fan. So yeah.
Okay, you're a little bit everywhere, but that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Cool. So what have you, like, throughout your process, you said that you had like a panic attack and stuff like that. Did you ever doubt yourself and what you could be?
I never doubt myself. I think it was just more so I put a lot of pressure on myself. I always did since I was little.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and not really for anybody else, but I always held a higher expectation for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, sometimes, but it was just I was over pushing myself with work. I think that's what it was, and it was the wrong work because I didn't see anything like coming from it, and I think that probably was doing too much damage to myself. And I was like, I just need to take a step back. But yeah, it was just too much work that
Yeah.
didn't make sense. But you kind of got to go through that to figure out what makes sense. So
Yeah.
I'm still appreciative for it. And then, like I say, like the text my mom sent me, it was like, okay, it makes sense now. Like
Yeah.
I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel it. I definitely feel it. So kind of backtrack to the brand. Let's talk about the brand because I
Okay.
saw you at Sling Fest and I was like, yo, I really want to interview you. And you're like, oh, when you asked me about it, like I've been waiting to tell people about this story.
Yeah.
So I'm honestly very interested in it. Going back to, like I said, the website, as soon as you click on the website, it's not just like, okay, it's just closed.
Yeah.
It's a story behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way your visual was on YouTube. I'm like, dude, I feel like I did a small little trailer, you know.
Yeah.
It just wasn't like, oh, look at this model and
Right.
it's this type of that, you know. So what made you want to push your brand the way you did as basically your storytelling with this, you
Yeah.
know? So what made you think like that?
I think just being from the country, you kind of grew up off of like folk tales and stories and stuff a little bit more than city people. I'm not saying that they don't. We don't have much to do but make up stories and try to like bypass time and stuff.
Yeah.
And so when I started just making visuals and stuff, how I grew up, like my favorite artists, their albums would be stories. My favorite painters, the collection would be stories. My favorite TV shows, whatever, it would be actually stories that they want you to kind of grow with them. And so I said with my brand, that's kind of how I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be like a story mode of like, you're going to grow with me each time, but I'm going to take you from where it started to all the way where I'm at right now and then where the future's going to go. So like you say with the film, even with the whole film project, my whole team, they knew like from the get-go, like Rock wants to make it a story. So that's why if you see like little kids in it,
Yeah.
and then it transitioned from them to riding bicycles to dirt bikes, because it's like that's how we grow. You go from bikes to real dirt bikes, and then you transition to like a younger adult. He might drive by in like a nice car that you think back then, like a box Chevy or Impala on like 30s. Like that's what you grow into. Even with the clothes, you see over time, like you start off like no clothes and then swimming trunks, so it's just dirty stuff to run around in, and then you
Yeah.
dress it up, you know.
That's dope. Who were some of your inspirations? Like you said, you brought music and art. Like, who are those people?
So for fashion, because it's all over the place, honestly, I would say for fashion, Stella Jean, she's a female designer in Italy, first black female designer in Italy to be on the highest stage that she's on. I kind of paid attention to how she was doing things a little bit more, and she responded back to me a couple times on social media. So I kind of appreciated that, like when I was growing and stuff. But Honestly, I would say the people who I kind of looked up to and got inspired by was the ones that kind of threw me in the fire, especially in Atlanta. A lot of my friends now that I consider them family, they worked at these high end stores and they would like make pieces on the side or work with big designers and stuff. And they would come back and have those conversations with me like, okay, Rock, like I know you asking me these and I can help you out with this. Like try this material or read this book or try to think of a concept that you can put out in a storytelling way to get the audience to gauge more into it. But don't go too fast. Don't burn out as a designer or an artist or whatever you want to do. So clothes wise and fashion wise, I'm gonna always put them first just because I never met these bigger designers, you know. I watch their interviews. I do all of that stuff. I pay attention to their shows and collections, but I kind of like to be more personal with people. So if I know people that are doing the same thing, but they're here and they're a little bit older than me and can help me learn, I'm gonna just listen to them a little bit more. Musically, you can honestly go any route with that one. Like, I don't want to sound like cliche, but I would say during my time growing up in South Georgia, we was more so on like Jeezy, Future, Wayne, obviously,
Yeah.
the whole Cash Money tape, a little bit of Florida in there, like Trick That and all them. It was like T.I.
Yeah.
Because back then they was pushing stories. And so like the stories that they were pushing, we could like visually see what they talking about because that's what was going on where we
Yeah.
from. So it made us like appreciate it a little more and work harder. So like
Yeah.
more so on them two parts, those are just, I think the music, how they was rapping it, put the hustle in me to learn more and connect with the people that I got inspired by in fashion to work. So I kind of combined it too like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I love that. Going back to your clip that you or your film that you not even film. Your I guess what would you call it? What would you consider it? Clip,
It can be a
film,
film. It
film.
can
Oh,
be a
well, I
film.
think yeah,
Yeah.
film. Now that you're saying how your favorite music artists are, I could see that as that being the intro to one
Yeah.
of their music videos. You know.
Yeah.
I like that you're very transparent. You showed the BTS on it. What made you be like, all right, let me actually also put the BTS like. That's also art, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What made you want to be like, all right, let me throw that in there?
Yeah. So I'm gonna put the music back in it. So like my favorite albums, they always had when the artist was just like doing an interlude or like talking or like you hearing their projects or like in album mode, they will always post like YouTube clips of like how they're building the album. And I kind of enjoy that more than the actual album itself because it's like I get more attached to it. So I think once the audience sees how hard you have to work and then they see how good the product is, it makes them appreciate it a little more because I know sometimes, especially in this era, some people might see a great film and just be like, oh, they probably had like $100 million to like put that together. That's why it looks like that. But they don't actually see like me and the homies lifting 500 pounds of generators at 6 a.m,
Yeah.
even though we just drove 3 hours in the middle of the night to get down there. And we all slept at my granny crib, the whole team.
That's insane.
Woke up the next morning at 5 a.m. to like prep. Like they don't see all of that. So I was like, okay, maybe if they see that, they'll see that we actually care. And so hopefully if they see that we care, then that'll make them attached to it a little bit more.
No, that part, I feel like sometimes in this generation, everybody's looking for genuine vibes, authenticity. I kind of feel like sometimes it's overplayed when people try too hard to
Facts.
do that, just
Yeah.
because I guess that's the trend or the era we're in now, being vulnerable and stuff like that. So do you ever feel like, okay, I'm not gonna put this out yet, or like just kind of questioning yourself?
Um, what's the phrase? Fake the funk. I mean, you can kind of tell who doing it to be pure and who's doing it for a trend. Because I mean, I feel like we've been here long enough to see who switch up enough with every era, and you kind of see who's still been on the same thing that they personally been on. If I want to put something out, I'm gonna put it out. But I'm gonna care about it though. Like I'm gonna still take those steps that I need to make sure it rolls out how I want it to, and that I to the best that it can be. If I just come up with something on the spot and just like, oh, should I? Since I just came up with it, and I might be like, that's hard, but it has no meaning behind it. I'll never put it out because I have to put something out that I can go back and have these conversations and actually explain what it meant to me and why I felt that way and meant that way. But you never know. Honestly, I can't get mad at people who probably got like big corps behind them or
Yeah.
to where they have to do that stuff
Yeah.
to like meet a certain project count for whatever. So it's kind of like in between, but as long as they have a meaning behind it and I have a meaning behind it, I'm always appreciate it though.
That's dope. That's dope. So let's get into it. Your brand. How did this brand come about, and what made you choose 13? What's the different or meaning behind this?
Honestly, I was doing fashion before I even came up with the brand because I was like a hidden stylist. Like that's a whole nother subject. That's
Look,
a
I
whole
knew
nother,
it. See, that's why I was like, I had to say stylist
yeah.
because we'll get into that because I have so many questions about so many
Yeah.
things you worked on. But let's let me go.
So with the brand, I graduated high school a little early in 2013. So that was in my mind. Growing up, my parents kind of let me understand different religions. So they would allow me to read different books because they never wanted me to be that person to just judge somebody based off their religion and stuff. And so I read this King James version of the Bible in Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11 through 12. I ended up getting that tatted in high school. It might have been a little after high school or high school, because the verse I felt it personally. It was basically just saying like, when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I acted as a child, pretty much, and then when I became a man, I put away those childish things. And I think that's when I started figuring out life of who I wanted to become. And so I took that personally. So that's another 13th in there. I'm the 13th male in my family.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
So,
like,
and I'm the last male in my family.
so wait, how many siblings do you have?
I got a couple. I got two sisters
Okay.
for sure. So,
Okay. That's so. Do you feel like? Do you ever help style your sisters? Or
oh nah,
no,
nah,
no.
nah.
Okay.
The women in my family, they
They got
they
it.
they be trying me low key. Like they still they look at what I do and they be
Yeah.
like, "That's what you doing?" Like, nah.
Yeah.
Growing up, like moms and pops, like they both like to dress up and quote unquote put it on. It's like they be like, "We about to go to the store." I'm an athlete. Let me put on some sweats.
Yeah.
They like, "That's what you wearing?" Like, I'm like, "We going to the
Store.
store."
Yeah. I
Like,
feel that.
so nah, they don't let me style them at all.
I like understand. I understand. But okay. Any other meanings behind the 13?
Yeah, so growing up, my closest homies, we all played sports together. And like our main core, because I got love for all of them, but like the ones we was around the same age and how we just connected the city together where we was all from different sides of towns, but like everybody we put everybody on our back to like do things the right way. It was 13 of us.
Oh.
So I'm from Albany. Our area code is 229. So it was always like if you put 2 plus 2 plus 9 together, that gives you 13. So it's a lot. Even on my granny side of the family, 13 women who was sewing clothes together. That was how they were making outfits when they were getting older and in high school and middle school. And after that, my auntie Pete, same thing. Like she would have to make the clothes for everybody. So it's like kind of just paying attention to everything that they had going on. And again, going back to them telling me these stories because I love stories. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm feeling it. And I'm like, one day I was just working on some sketching and my hand just started drawing 13th like over and over and over and over. And I was sitting with my sister Keys and she was like, yeah, that's the one. Like,
That's dope.
yeah, she was
That's
like, that's
very
the one.
dope. That's so cool. I feel like, just even going like when you gave me this book, I was just flipping through it,
Yeah.
and I could tell the aesthetics. I feel like you're very aesthetics pleasing type of person. I feel like you're very detailed as well. What made you be like, okay, this is what's gonna make this stand out when some people
Yeah.
don't really notice it, but you technically notice it because it's different.
Yeah.
You know, what made you come with that aspect of things?
Um, honestly, I really believe it goes back to being an athlete.
Mm.
And we were playing sports at such a high caliber level that to get to that point, we had to be very detailed on everything that we did, whether it's practice, how we eat in treatment, how we just going through everything every day since we were like 5. Like we took everything super serious, and we knew that in order to get other people to pay attention to us, like
Mm-hmm.
being from the country, you don't really get as much spotlight. So we knew we had to add some stuff in to get them to look at us. Where that's going to like camps and you wearing like pink cleats. Like I would go to camps and wear pink
Pink
cleats and
cleats,
pink
okay.
gloves and like just because I know they'll look then. Or I
Mm-hmm.
know if they don't know me, they're gonna be like, well, who is that in the pink cleats?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
and then I guess it's being a science major, you kind of got to be detailed to like know what they talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then my parents, they are all they were both just so detailed with everything. Whether it's like I told you to take out the trash at 9:01 and you took it out at 9:02. I ain't want you to take it out at 9:02. You got to take it out at 9:01 because that's when they gonna come pick it up.
Yeah.
So it's just knowing to stay on like top of things in that manner, which helped me kind of grow with it and like visualize, okay, whenever I use something, I know to be as detailed as possible.
Yeah. That's dope. When reading this book, and I mean, just looking through it, the one part that catched my attention was like, damn, you finally here. Finally here, been talking about it for 5 years now.
Yeah.
So please, what's the backstory behind that? And it's like a thread, a text message thread.
Yeah.
So tell us.
So I was done playing football, and then I was in Kennesaw, and then I started working on some stuff, a couple of projects of my own and stuff. But I didn't really tell people that I was finna release my own brand. And I still kind of, some people, I still don't tell them like it's my brand. I kind of just let them just enjoy themselves. But one of my homies, Sean, he was just like, he was another one when I had like a panic attack and stuff, but I was a little more chill. He was like, you just need to chill out, bro. Like you gonna figure it out. He was one of the ones like, you gonna figure it out, bro. Like just chill. And so when I told him about it, it was right after he came with me to my first New York Fashion Week, my very first one. It was freezing, it was
But
terrible, but we made it work, like whatever. And he kind of seen what he was like, I see what you're doing now. So then when I told him like, I'm ready to drop it, because I had everything already. I already had the clothes, how I was gonna make it, roll out, everything. Like the video we see now,
yeah,
I had that planned like 5-6 years ago.
that's insane.
You know, so all of that stuff kind of made sense to me to wait until I had it, and I told him about it. And then when he sent that's the only thing he sent to. He didn't say like, bet, like
Yeah.
send me clothes, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
He sent something that he knew would get through to me, like, okay,
That's
you've been talking about it
nice.
for a minute, so I'm glad you finally went through with it for sure.
Yeah, that is so dope. Dang. I feel like when other people believe and see your vision,
Yeah.
it just means so much more. 'Cause
Right.
You don't have to. You could be like, yeah, you could.
Yeah.
It's just a phase, you
Yeah.
know. So I feel like when people even think about this brand, be like, oh, I'm honored. I'm like, really, it's just me. Like, what
Right.
do you mean, you know? But
Yeah.
that somebody seeing that in you, I feel like means the world. For like the smallest little moments mean like the
Yeah.
most.
It helped too. Like we were in like a 4x4 student housing, and he would just see me come in the crib at like 2-3 in the morning, and then got class at 8 and doing the same thing like every day. And I would just be asleep on the couch. Like he would see it. So he'd be like, okay, hey, you don't have to do that no more.
Yeah.
Like you straight.
He definitely wants it. That is so dope. Do you have a favorite piece? Right.
A couple people seen it. I can't name the brand yet. But I actually designed it for them.
Oh, okay.
And it's more of a performance wear for like outdoor, because I want to do my own personal outdoor performance wear, but like on a high end scale, as far as like it's like a ski version, high end fashion, that type of dress type stuff like
Yeah.
that, snowboarding kits and stuff. But I think the way I designed that is my favorite piece. But just off of the brand itself, 13, probably my hoodies, the first hoodies I ever did, which were the tassel hoodies.
Yeah.
I knew I came up with something then, because like I dropped, and then a lot of people, they bought some, they showed love, and then they got into certain people's hands that are quote unquote celebrities. And then over time, I started seeing it like pop up on like the cheaper websites and stuff. And then my sister, she's not my blood sister, but like we're together so much and we just grew together. I call her my sister Keys. She hit me one day and she was like, "Go to H&M." And she's into fashion and everything too. So she was like, "Go to H&M and like just tell me what you see." And I seen a whole bunch of tassel hoodie designs exactly like this, but I was like, okay, once you kind of see like the online brands and stuff kind of doing what you're doing, that mean like somebody watching you, which is a good thing. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
my favorite piece.
amazing. That is so dope. Now y'all know who to thank for the
I
styles.
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. 'Cause I don't really care, okay? But no, that is so dope. All right, we talked about the fashion brand. We talked about your brand. Now let's talk about Booney, Cheap Liquor, music videos. Tell me about that. The whole Bottomless Mimosas. Tell me about how
Okay.
that came about and yeah, like all of it, because that
So like how we met and everything.
how you guys met, the way you had the styling, you're very, like I said, back to the details. The scarf, that's your
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
The scarf. When I saw the scarves, I was like, oh, I need one.
Yeah. I
And
appreciate it.
that was on my hair. But yeah, like how did that come about? How did you and Booney meet? Because y'all collabing, it's crazy. And when I asked Booney about you, he's like, nah, he's gonna come through. Like you always come through.
I try to.
Yeah. So tell me how that relationship came about.
Uh So Pride hit me up one day when he moved back to Atlanta. He was like, "We about to do a Cali trip." He was like, "I know you know some people in Cali. I got some artists that I work with. I'm about to just go over there. Let's just like see if we can figure out some vibes and stuff, right?" So I brought one of my homies, E-Man, that I locked in at Kennesaw with to do visuals and stuff. And I didn't know Booney prior to that, or really anybody else besides Pride and maybe like one other person that was there. And instantly I kind of just like, I watch, I'm a people watcher. So I kind of see like, okay, we over here for work. So let me see who is about to try to figure something out or, you know, whatever, who's want to play around a little bit too much. Cause obviously we spending our own money for this. Like ain't no backing it right now. So it's on bread. So when I went over there, I kind of did my own thing. It was just waiting to hear like who going to the studio or who want to shoot visuals or who want to talk about stuff. So we kind of just hung around, meshed a little bit. And then they just told me one night, like, "Hey, we're going to get the studio for 24 hours. And I was like, okay, I like that.
Yeah.
I like to be locked in somewhere for a long time. So I got a older homie. He started off as a mentor and now we close. Like I ain't going to say his name because he don't really like to be name dropped, but he works with very big artists in this world when it comes to styling and fashion. Like, he's a very well-known guy, so he lives in LA. Anytime we come to each other's city, we work on something, talk about something, or try to, like, if I got people that I feel like need to be in front of him,
Yeah.
I'm going to invite him and be like, tell me what you think because I value your opinion. And so I brought him to the studio with me, and when we left the studio, he was like, okay, you're around the right people. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to work. And so once, not saying that I needed his validation, but like, me and him like to still have a rebuttal about what we think and how we need to progress.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was on the same page with me, he was like, okay, like, they're the ones. So since we left, got Booney info, he would just pull up on me, play music.
Yeah.
Me, I'm just a visualer. So I'm like, bro, like, with this, we need to do this. Like, we have to. And I can tell, like, at first, it's like, some people, because I'm a over detailed person, it might be too much for them at the moment they're in, but later on when they ready, they'll come back to me. And then that's how this happened, because we've known each other like since the pandemic,
Yeah. Damn.
but never worked on anything together.
Yeah.
Never. Like, if he had some going on, I'll pull up or whatever, but we never worked on anything.
Yeah.
And so this one is, he came to me like, Rock, like, let's work.
Yeah.
And that I just started smiling like, okay, bet, let's do it. Let's do it. And I go to this little lounge to, like, that's like a spot to where I just take my iPad, kind of just get in my zone and work and stuff. I like to work around people that aren't working, if that makes sense. Like, I like to be in the middle of the public to just see the walk of life. Like, just seeing how people interacting just on their everyday life kind of helped me put projects together and visuals together. I might see somebody like walking with a pink jacket on, and they walking their dog with green shoes, and I might come up with the pink scarves or something like that. Like,
That's dope.
so when he hit me about that, I was like, let me go to my spot, locked it in. We picked the song that we want to shoot the video for, the team, visuals. And then I just asked him honestly, I was like, do you trust me? He was like, bro, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, that's Booney.
And it pissed me off that I couldn't be there. I hope y'all watching.
What?
I hope y'all watching too.
Wait, so you weren't there?
I wasn't there.
That's so crazy. Booney was like, hey, I have a, Booney, we love you, okay? But dang, he takes forever to respond.
Yeah, he do.
He really does.
He do.
I'm just like, he was like, yeah, there's this music video at 9. Pull up. Texted me at 9. My guy, I'm not pulling up. I'm about to go to bed. Like, but I watch a movie and chill. I'm not pulling up at 9 o'clock. He was like, where were you? My guy.
In the morning too.
Dude.
So I had a planned trip to go out of town somewhere. Like it was a prior trip. I had a beach trip planned that I just needed. It was like every year I kind of go get my own little space and just kind of relax a little bit before I come back. And I had already made that known, but they changed the date last minute because we needed an extra camera guy there, and that was the only date he can be there. So I was like, you know what, I trust y'all to just do it while I'm not there.
Yeah.
And just send me everything, every single second, moment, whatever. So it was funny because I'm mid-dinner, and they FaceTime me like, we need to figure out how to wear the scarf, and what you think about these looks. I'm like, that's hard, like how it is. Like, even the whole backdrop, my homie E-Man taking over and switching things up, directing it. Like, they did a great job.
I love that.
For the, like, people don't understand, like, we do this because we love it. Like, we not working with budgets at all. It's no budgets we working with. Like, it sounds cool when you have quote unquote meetings and all of that stuff, but it's like the stuff that we doing, you have to do it because you love it. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to build leverage in my eyes when you talk to people who can give you budgets, you know?
Yeah.
So that's how we came about. But really, since then, I used to always be on Booney, like, you need to put it on every time you go somewhere. Like, be like, go lingo, meet, hang out, kick it with all DJs, lock in, like, make some genuine connections, like, be in the studio. Anytime you think of something in your mental, like, just type it in your notes. Just type it in your notes. Because he be coming up with something that's crazy. Like him, when we just chilling, like, I was just like, bro, come over and just, like, let's just hang out. Because he'll get in his zone and I'll get in my zone. I'll be like, bro, you make me work harder because I love what you doing right now.
Dude, I literally met Booney last year.
Okay.
I was like, I need a performer for the Shaking the Culture Festival. My friend Jalissa, she was like, Booney. I was like, Booney? Who Booney? Like,
country name too, Booty.
Booney. I was like, Booney, okay. And then I went back and I was like, let me just go ahead and I hit him up. He was like, yeah, I'm down. But then when we started, like, hanging out, I was like, oh shit, you work 24/7, like, you really do this. And like you said, just being around him, he's like, nah, we're gonna figure it out, like, somehow, some way. And it's just like, we just talk about whatever, what you think about this, what you think about that. And I'm like, I love people like you.
Right.
Like, that's what I need.
Yeah.
People around me that's like, I don't know how we're gonna do it, but let's figure it out.
Right.
You know? So shout out to Booney. He a real one.
For sure.
At texting.
Don't change them dates again though. No more changing dates.
Yeah. So last minute. It's cool. We love him. All right, cool. Any questions you feel like, oh, I want to talk about this?
Nah, I kind of just leave it up to whoever interviewing me. I feel like it kind of helps people, like, see the next whatever, just to, like, I don't know, whatever you come up with, I feel like I can answer it. So I don't really.
Are you sure?
I guess.
I guess. Just kidding. All right, so we're gonna jump into quick little questions, fun questions, trying to figure out who you are. Because, like, nobody's gonna come attack me, right? After these, if I ask these questions.
I mean, I don't know why not, or why would they either? I don't know. We gonna see.
I'm just kidding.
Let's just see.
All right, favorite color.
Green.
All right, favorite stylist.
I gotta pick two because they both help me out. I'm gonna go Damien and Lee, and I'm gonna just throw Keys in there because that's the sister. So them three, gotta always get them love.
Cool. Favorite style right now.
That's actually a great question. I like the maturity of things. Uh, like everything is kind of symmetrically placed on the body parts now versus like I would say what 10, 15 years ago, 501 Levi's were a great pair of jeans. They were a great pair of jeans, but it was too boxy, too ruffled. It wasn't really symmetrically shaped with the human body, but I feel like everything's evolving to mesh together. So with like the walk of life and the clothes that we wear, it's kind of hard to like not really look good in anything, honestly, these days. Like you can put on like a good pair of sweats and it'll look right, you
Yeah,
know.
I agree.
So I think that's my favorite style. But I appreciate all different types of styles because that kind of helps me pinpoint how I want to move with things on meshing. I might grab a style that's over here and one that's way over there and like try to combine the two. But I think I love the shape of everything right now. I love that.
Okay. All right. What's one style that you were like, what is this?
That I was just like, I don't really like it.
Yeah.
Um, One style I
Even when you were
don't like.
younger, you're like, wow, you guys put me in that.
Yeah, but that was the thing back then, though.
Yeah, I guess, but I feel like with fashion, it kind of repeats itself.
Just
if I'm
in a
not
different
mistaken.
way.
Yeah.
It does, just in a
You
different
know?
way. One that I don't like probably is myself. I wear sweats every day.
What?
Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I wear sweats every time most people see me, it's in sweats.
That's
And I be trying to change that, but like, it's so comfortable.
yeah, especially with this weather now.
I wouldn't wear like a hoodie or a top sweat in the summertime, but I'll still wear like some sweatpants and like roll the ankle sleeve part up and like wear like some flats with ankle socks though to like kind of make it look like it's more formal, but it's still sweats
That's
though.
yeah, I feel that.
So I think it's sweats because it's like I could try harder and we could try harder as people. We work hard, so we might as well put on some real clothes for once.
Yeah. See, my stylist is probably like, yeah, I agree for sure. Okay. Let's see. What's your zodiac sign?
I've been told I'm a Taurus a couple times, so
Taurus.
I'm a Taurus.
Your birthday's in May.
Yeah.
Cool. My sister's birthday is May 20th. So that's
Okay.
cool. Very cool. All right. What's your favorite movie genre?
I've been told by my peers that it's rom-coms, but I don't know how.
Okay.
So
Then what's your favorite movie?
you put me on the spot. It has to be one, or can it be like sequels?
It could be sequels.
Okay. So I'm gonna definitely say Lord of the Rings is one, but then it's gonna throw you off because my two is The Devil Wears Prada. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like it's all over the place like that.
Look, sometimes I feel like that, and
Yeah.
there's no
I
right
geek out
answer.
about it. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no right answer. All right, if you could name the era you're in right now, what era is that?
Clarity, for sure. Clarity and tranquility. Them two I'm locked in with right now. Maybe right before this interview and this in like the past 2 weeks, it was more so peace. I was finding peace and happiness with everything that I'm doing right now and like not even thinking about it no more. I'm not even like stressing about it. Like I'm appreciating it for what it is.
Yeah.
But right now, definitely clarity and tranquility for sure.
Perfect, cool. What's the best advice you've ever gotten?
Keep the main things the main thing. That has definitely helped me every step, every way. Because sometimes we'll get thrown off.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to get thrown off, but can you get back to it?
Yeah.
So,
With you saying that, I remember at Slang Fest, I was like, oh my God, I just got hit up to do an interview. And
Yeah.
you were like, keep the main thing the main thing.
yeah.
So that's a full circle moment, guys.
Yeah.
Dope. That's so dope. Now,
I forgot all about that.
really?
yeah.
You was eating a wing while you were telling me that.
That probably why I
what
probably
it
was hungry. Yeah. Definitely be hungry.
yeah. All right. Then what's your favorite food spot?
Up here, probably Devon or, yeah, it's probably Devon, but Jerusalem Bakery.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's a good spot, and it's so pure. I love
Sounds like
everything
it.
about it.
Yeah.
So those two kind of, but most of the time I cook though. I cook probably every day, maybe except for one day out the week. But
Okay, what's your
yeah,
favorite thing to cook?
I don't. I'm not a. Oh, I just cook pasta or just chicken. Like some
Yeah.
days I'll make like different types of fried rice, or I'll make like some sandwiches. Like 2 days ago I made a shrimp po' boy.
Okay.
So it just depends on what I really want to eat. I like to try new foods and eat. So
That's dope. Look, that is very freaking dope. All right. Let's see. What's one question you wish people were to ask you more?
that's probably the hardest question I've ever been asked.
Okay.
Cause in my mind it's like I don't even want people to just assume what they want to ask me. Like I want them to ask me exactly what they want to ask me because maybe that's what it's meant to be. Like our interaction is meant for them to like figure out that one question probably can help them like figure out some other stuff that they answer for me.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't
Nice.
like to be in control of people. So
I could tell that, and I love that. You're like, it's your show.
yeah,
I follow the lead.
yeah.
Love that. All right. And what's one of your toxic traits as a stylist, as a creative director, as a human, as K Rock?
That I don't like, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That I just don't like. I yeah, it's because it's more so like if that's just how the person is, I kind of just let it be. Probably just laziness, or like I said, I work 3 jobs.
Yeah, we were in a group chat and
Yeah,
they were like, "Nah, K Rock is always working," and I seen
yeah.
that.
So it's like not saying that like anybody can do anything somebody else does, but it's like if you say you care about something and you understand other people are putting their time in as well, it's like you can at least kind of meet halfway and like put your work in and stuff. So I think that's just the more so like if you tell me like you want to do something and you don't do it, it's kind of my pet peeve. I don't really like that because it unfortunately takes like one time for me, and I'm like okay,
Yeah.
because I could have been at another job doing something, you know.
No, I feel it. I definitely feel it. That's why I was like, "Yay, he wants to be my podcast. Let's do it. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
that
yeah,
time."
yeah.
So dope. Super dope. Appreciate you for that. All right, and then last question: when you hear shaking the culture, what do you think about?
I think it's a transition from what's been going on. It's always refreshing to have some new faces that actually care. I think the hardest thing is kind of like you said, you got to shake the culture a little bit to see who cares. And I think it's gonna help other people realize that you can make it also. Like you don't have to be a part of the current culture to make it. You can kind of get in and like do it your way as long as you lock in and focus on it. I actually love that you called it that. That is the name. Because I know growing up, it's kind of like the older generation versus the younger, kind of like they get in control of things. And maybe we're part of that generation now too that gets in control of things and don't know how to listen or kind of go back to the younger ones that were you, and they might can give you some valuable advice that'll help you keep going also. So I kind of like that and appreciate that. So we're like we can go to each other and like be like, nah, like let's kind of like do something different, you know. Like, honestly, I told myself I was done doing interviews like 2 years ago.
Oh
I
wow.
wasn't even doing interviews about like my brand. It was just like people just asking about fashion and music and
Yeah.
just creative stuff. So I was like, yeah, I'm kind of,
Yeah.
but I was like, I like what's going on. So
Oh,
I
appreciate
want to
that.
be a part of it.
Things and you literally are shaking the culture of the aspect of the way your marketing is, the way that you wear multiple hats, and you genuinely care. I feel like that's the biggest thing. You genuinely care about what's going on and what's been put out there. I'm like, I'm really big on it. If there's like a interview I didn't like, I'm like, now we're gonna have to redo that because it
Yeah.
could have been better.
Right.
Or like this and third, I'm very hard on myself as well. So I'm just like, no, I didn't
Yeah.
like the way that
Don't
looked.
be
Let's
hard
do
on
it.
yourself.
It's easier said than
Don't be
done,
hard on
you
Don't do
know?
it.
Yeah.
Just know you locked in. And sometimes we got to remember we aren't perfect. No human beings are perfect. So that's why when you're in grade school, they give you pencils. So you can go back and erase it and
Yeah.
rewrite it. You know what I'm saying? Like you might know how to spell the word. You probably just looped the L too much or something. You can go back and clean it up and they'll still understand what you're doing and you
Yeah.
still got it right. Like it no longer need to be that hard on yourself. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm learning and just trying to make myself uncomfortable. Like I tell them,
right?
like I get so shy when these cameras come
Yeah,
on. Like I really have stage fright and stuff like that. And people are
yeah,
like, then why do you do it? I'm like, because it makes me uncomfortable.
yeah.
It makes me be a better me. Now
Right,
I could actually speak up when I want to say something
right.
or like say my input and things. So I was like, yeah, that's why I do it. It makes me
Yeah,
uncomfortable. I gotta grow somehow.
you gotta pat yourself on the back sometimes.
Yeah.
We can do it private, but you still gotta do it though.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your
for sure.
time. We would probably be here until like 1 o'clock, but we
We
have some
would.
people behind here.
We
But
would.
yeah, no, I
I appreciate
appreciate
you.
you. I can't wait to see what's next. Is there another job?
I'm about to drop some more scarves. This like my fourth restock with like the regular colors, and then I added some more colors now that I feel like are gonna be pretty hot. And then I'm just working on making more books.
Yes.
And then right now, I'm kind of not working on clothes for my personal brand. I'm personally being a ghost designer for a couple other brands and companies right now. So I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying learning the business side of fashion and high-end fashion and making some shoes with some certain brands that I actually wanted to bring them, but it wasn't a part of like 13. I'm gonna just show you that off camera.
Love it.
It's to the company. You're gonna be like, oh shit, like you working with them. So I'm like, yeah, just doing all those type of things, and then maybe, like you said, I want my brand to kind of grow 13 years collections, because I always told myself once I get to 13th collection, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna pass it off to somebody, and hopefully by blessings of me putting my work in and staying true to who I am, I'll be working for a higher brand company that I can kind of bring more people like us involved in helping again shaking the fashion culture. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
No, I love that. I love that. I'm so excited because when you do drop more books, I'm definitely gonna get one because this is so dope.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna just bring it in here. I got a couple on hand, but
Yeah,
some
shit.
people had already shipped them out. But I'm gonna try to make like
Yeah.
100 more before the month out.
This is very dope, and I saw Castro in the book too.
Oh
So,
yeah.
and I was like, oh wow, so crazy.
Did he tell you about that?
No, he didn't.
The Portland flew to Portland like one night only.
Really?
Flew to Portland just to get in this one studio sound room, shoot content.
And this is him, right?
That's him.
Shout out to Castro. Castro, I'm telling you, he was here. I'm like, yo, you so laid back and chill.
Yeah.
Like, you're just such a cool person. You guys, I could see you guys, like, the way y'all guys work together. Like, y'all are both
Yeah.
very cool, laid back, chilled people. This is literally like a whole movie in itself.
I appreciate it.
I literally love that.
I wanted people to like flip through it and it makes
You're a
sense.
model, too. I forgot to say that.
Yeah, I've been told to like try to do some of that stuff, but I'm not really too used to being in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So
No.
I'm gonna try though.
These are so fire. Like, yeah, and yeah, see why I had to get a scarf? Like, the way
Yeah.
I style it is amazing. Super fire. And I really love like I said, at the last page of it, damn, you finally here.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that.
that was a
So,
stress reliever. It was like,
Yeah,
Okay.
I bet. So where can we follow you at? How can we purchase anything that you have coming up next? Where's all that?
I would tell people to follow my main page right now, which is my personal one, is K_Rock Mcclain. That's kind of more so what I'm doing, like projects for either myself or like I'll drop like quick little stories before my boss and them tell me to take it down, working with like the bigger brands. And then I have my own clothing page, which is the word 13th and then 13th clothing on Instagram. That's kind of where they can kind of just grow with me. Like again, mine is organic. I don't have any fake followers on it. None of that. Over time, it's just gonna build with me. But if y'all want to sponsor the page, let me know.
Right?
No, I'm just kidding. But the website is 13thclothing.com. Pretty simple, just the numeral 13thclothing.com, and then you'll see it pop up because it's gonna be like a visual and all that type of stuff. So
Check out that visual. Once you're on the page, check out the visual. You're going to be like, damn,
yeah,
less.
hopefully I can like add more. This next Booney video is about to be insane.
Yeah, no, I can't wait for that. That's like, I was supposed to interview Booney today too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was supposed to interview Booney. I interviewed Castro.
Okay.
I interviewed you. And I was like,
Okay.
wow, they went out to eat without me that one time, like last week. But let's not bring it up. Anyway.
Wait, when? Wait. You put me on the spot. Oh, you talking? We can go out to eat though.
Yeah, no, Castro already explained it.
Yeah, it was like
Last
just
minute.
last minute. I didn't think none of them were gonna come, honestly.
Yeah.
But I kind of wanted like the artists to interact with each other. Tyler J, She's one of the new ones. I'm gonna introduce y'all off camera one day. Kind of just want them to get comfortable because they were more so all around me. So I'm
Yeah.
like, if all of y'all gonna be around me, everybody might as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm off rip, genuine vibes. We all like to make sure we know what we're doing. We can
Yeah.
help each other lock in. So
Yeah.
that's kind of why I just did that one.
Yeah, no, I was like just definitely teasing you guys because I'm an hour away, so I wasn't gonna come down here. No lie.
You can still pull up.
Yeah, look, next time if y'all don't, I'll be like, yeah, I remember the interview with K Rock. He said this.
No, yeah,
I'm just kidding.
Listen, ask anybody. If I'm doing something, I want everybody to pull up
Yeah.
because that's how we can build more, honestly.
No, just I definitely feel you on that part. But thank you so much for your time.
Sure, I appreciate
it. Love it. It's never a fail with you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned in. More people are shaking the culture. Like I said, season 3 coming to the end, so I gotta interview the best, you know. But
I appreciate
guys,
that.
stay locked in. There's more to come, more to see from us.
For sure.
So yeah, until next time.
Sure.